Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with Liv Duff. She has just
Hello.
released her fantastic debut single. It's called Hard to Love, and I'm super excited to talk to her all about it. Liv, I want to thank you so much for being here and for taking the time to speak. How are you doing today?
I am so good. Thank you for letting me speak with you. I appreciate it so much.
It is an honor to get an artist truly right at the beginning of what's going to be a long career. So we're going to
Yeah,
look back at this in 10 years and be like, remember when we talked about your debut single?
the
Like that's
very
what's going to
first one.
happen. The very first one. Um, Before we get going, what's going on? Where are you at? What's happening in Liv's life?
Currently I am in Richmond, Kentucky. That's where I go to college. I'm a music marketing major at EKU.
Nice.
Um, other than that, it's just been a lot of working and recording, and I'm trying to soon we'll have an EP out, hopefully in
Okay.
September. So that'll consist of like 5 to 6 songs.
Nice.
So I've been kind of going back and forth from here to Cincinnati, doing schoolwork, and then going up to Cincy to record and things like that and write. So it's just been a lot of fun, a lot of busyness going on.
It sounds like it. I think it's really difficult to release a debut single because it's one that obviously everyone listens and that's it. That's all that they can listen to.
Yep.
How does it happen for you? Like obviously you've got more than one song I assume finished and recorded, but like why was this the choice for this is going to represent Liv Duff?
I think it's because when I wrote that song, to me, it felt more like an anthem of some sort. Like the chorus is
I feel
very,
that.
you can sing it and it just repeats itself. So
Yeah,
I feel like it's a nice dance song. I feel like a lot of people can relate to it.
sure.
So I think that that's about it. We started on a couple songs around that. Like I had completely finished recording one song
Oh,
before we even started this one, and it just wasn't it. I just didn't think it fit correctly to
sure.
be the one to go by itself. Maybe on the EP, but to be on its lonesome, I feel like
Yeah.
this one just really represents me and my style of music and who I'm trying to create.
No, that's a great point. And it's tough in your situation because like you can't hide behind a band's name. You know what I mean? Like it's very much you.
Yeah.
It is like every opinion that anyone has, like it reflects directly back on you and you should have full creative control on how people perceive you and your music. I also think that just, you look at the song's name and you get preconceived notions. You're like, okay, hard to love. Who are we talking about? You? Are we talking about other people? Like I think they can figure it out by listening to the words, but I also want to hear from you, like what inspired the song, what it's all about.
So for me, when I was writing the song, the hook came first. Hard to love, and I'm even harder to get your mind off of.
There you
It feels
go.
very toxic, but
Sure.
it feels very empowering as well. Like I like creating songs that make women feel empowered.
Yeah.
I'm working on one right now about a musician who is the woman. Like you know how a lot of songs are written and it's like the rock star's girlfriend. I
Yep.
want to perceive the notion of the rock star's boyfriend,
See,
like the
that sounds like the dream come true right there.
exactly,
Right?
exactly,
Who wouldn't want to be a rock star's boyfriend? Like honestly, just like
exactly,
tour around and like praise you and do the whole
exactly.
thing.
That's how
That's
I
awesome.
feel.
Yeah.
I want to create music that's very empowering,
Yeah.
to especially women, and just something that people can relate to. And even though that song is very like I feel like rough, I do think that a lot of people can relate to
Yeah.
feeling like they're difficult to love, but you kind of have to own it.
I know you do have to own it. Hey, half the battle is realizing it. And if you can
Yeah,
realize it, might as well write a song about it, right?
exactly.
Another thing that I really enjoy about the song is like it's not just one thing, style wise, genre wise. Like it really does pull from a lot.
Hmm.
Obviously, you come from a musical family. I know that because I've interviewed your family.
Yep.
And but the real question here is like, how are you labeling this song? How are you pitching it to people? How are you being like, yeah, my name is Liv Duff and this is the type of music I'm making?
For this song specifically, like I said, I think it's more of the anthem type. But for me, I think most of my influence, most of my life has been rock,
Sure.
hard rock, 80s hair bands, Motley
Yeah,
Crue,
I
Led
feel that.
Zeppelin, anything you can think of like that. But I also enjoy country music too. And I know that I'm from Kentucky, so you can hear it in my voice a little
Yeah,
bit whenever especially when I'm singing. There's always a little bit of
sure.
twang. But no, I think it's more of like a southern rock, just a rock feel more all around. I like
Yeah,
blues, rock. I like the older styles. I'm
I
not
feel
really
that.
into like the pop and all that fun stuff most of the time. So
Yeah, no, I totally get that, and I totally hear that. I think it all depends on what you're raised with too, and
oh
obviously, like that comes through fully here.
oh
Um,
yes.
and at the
Yes.
same time, it goes back to like, hey, you've got one song out, you have to make a bang with it, and you also have to, in a way, sort of cast this wide net of being like, yeah, it's not just for people that like rock or country or pop, even though it has pop elements. Like, it kind of is for everyone.
It is for
And it's the
everyone.
type of song that, like, yeah, it has a chorus in it that you're gonna be singing by the end of it. Like
Yeah.
that's almost a matter of fact. So I love that.
Thank you.
And you did
Yeah.
mention that you have an EP coming out as well. And we
Yes.
don't need to rush that. We don't need to talk about it too much. But I do want to know, like, in terms of sound and possible experimentation, are we in a similar realm with this single?
For the most part, yes, there are
Okay.
probably a couple songs on there that are more rock oriented.
All
There
right.
is one song on there that I feel like has more of the bluesy feel to it.
Okay.
But for the most part, yeah, it's about the same.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. That's all you need to say. I don't want to push you too much. We could talk about it at a future time. Um, in terms of actually getting these songs written though and created, how was it looking on the back end for you? Like, how does a song start? Start with lyrics? Start with guitar? Like, does it
For
start
me,
randomly?
a lot of times it starts with the lyrics. I do enjoy creating music, obviously. I play the guitar, I play the piano,
Yeah,
but my favorite part about a song is the lyrics. I like to create witty lines or things, like I said, that people can relate to.
yeah.
So usually I'll start with a hook, or I'll think of a line and I'll be like, that would sound really good.
Mhm.
Sometimes the I'll create music first, but for the most part it's usually the lyrics come to me faster than the music does. I can
Awesome.
create a melody pretty fast.
Sure. Hey, listen, that's the genes, the musical genes flowing right there. Some people it takes years and years to perfect it, but I think also like you can't second guess yourself when it comes to music. You have to go with your gut at a certain
You
point.
do.
And now that you've been through the entire process of actually writing, recording, and like clicking the submit button on a song, which I can only imagine brought you like the sweetest relief to be like, I'm done with this thing.
No,
Uh,
yes.
was there anything along the lines of the process that surprised you? Something that you might take to another song as far as knowledge goes?
So I have been writing. I'm 20. I turned 21 in September, but I have been
Nice.
writing for as long as I can remember. I know that my father has songs recorded from when I was like 7 or 8 years old that I wrote, and
Awesome.
the obviously the difference between that and now
Yeah,
is quite different.
sure.
But I don't know. I feel like for the most part, I've always so obviously my father makes music, so I've always been around the realm of what it's like to be backstage. I mean, I used to
Yeah,
perform on stage with him. He would record me when I was little. I think that the only thing that I'm taking from this one is probably uh, putting more publicity into it.
sure.
I feel like I feel like the thing that I struggle with the most is the consistent posting about it and getting it out there often.
Yeah,
But other than that, I think that it all feels pretty natural, honestly.
that's awesome. No,
It's
I
everything
mean,
that I've wanted to do.
that's I honestly, it's the downfall of being an independent artist is not really is like, oh, I spent the money making the song and I made the song, and then what? It's people are just gonna listen to it? No,
Yeah,
like you have to be a full-time content creator, and it's a
you
pain in the
do.
ass that never ends. And if you're not in touch with that, or it's just that's a whole nother conversation we don't need to. But it's super annoying, so that's why people need to listen to your music and just like give you the feeling of like I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Um, Another one is basically like, okay, you've got this one song out, there's plenty more on the way. You've performed in the past as a young child, but have you done anything as like an adult now? Do you have anything in the works?
I think once I get the EP out, that's when I'm really gonna worry more about performing.
Sure.
That way that I have a bundle of songs that I can sing instead of just one and then a bunch of covers.
Yeah,
I want people to know me and know my music
totally.
before I got there and
No,
do
that's a
that.
great point. Because then what, you play your one song and then it's like,
And
yeah,
then you're just done.
I'm like, all right, thank you. Here's 10 covers from your favorite artist. And then I'm gonna get upset.
But it is Tuesday and the local dive bar does karaoke tonight, so I will probably be there.
Oh, that sounds fun, actually. I've never been to Kentucky before. I've always wanted to visit that part of the US. This has nothing to do with music. What's the one thing someone not from Kentucky should do when they visit Kentucky?
Um,
It
I
can
would
be
either
more than one
say
thing.
go to the horse park in Lexington. One of my favorite places in Kentucky are either Red River Gorge and like the Natural Bridge area,
Okay.
or I like Bardstown a lot. Bardstown
All
has a
right.
lot of history. A lot of they've got bed and breakfasts that are supposed to be haunted, and they've got a lot of
Give
distilleries and
break.
breweries and things like
Sure.
that. So it just feels. Last time I went to Bardstown, it was October, and when you walk through like their downtown area, it feels like you're walking down Halloween Town. And for
That's
me, that's
awesome,
cozy.
actually. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cozy.
yeah. I 100% resonate in that feeling of like a little bit haunted. That's okay with me. Awesome. Okay. Well, one of these days I'm making my way to Kentucky. I'm saying it right now, putting it
You
out
should.
into the world.
You most
Um,
definitely should.
Back to the music though. So, okay, we are like officially halfway through this year, which is crazy to admit and say. And you've sort of detailed what else is going on this year, but what's the 6 month plan for you? What else is going to happen this year? And either like, what are some goals that you'd like to hit as well?
Goals for me would be one, getting the EP out. I would probably like to create at least one music video for one of those.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Um, Other than that, with music, I just want to keep writing and progressing with my writing skills. Um, and then, like I told you, I'm in college. I'm a music marketing
Yeah.
major, so I'm a business major. I'm trying to get done with that as soon as possible. So
Sweet.
during the winter, I'll probably take classes during winter break to
Okay.
try to catch up because
Yeah.
I personally, I'm 20. I didn't
Yeah.
start college until last semester.
Hey,
I went
that's okay.
I went to cosmetology school first and realized that that wasn't the road that I needed to go
You
down.
know what? At least you made that realization because a lot of
Yep,
people
and I'm
don't.
glad I did because I've gotten a lot further in the past 6 months than I did in the
Sure.
last few years.
And now you can do all your friends' hair and charge them for it.
Yes, exactly. I've got two
Perfect.
clients later today.
Oh, really? That's
Yes.
awesome. Okay, perfect. Got to make money somehow. I love it. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, I've got two more questions for you. And basically, I want to know, what are you listening to these days? It sounds like, you pull a lot from the past, but is there anything nowadays you're listening to that you feel has had an impact on the music you're making?
Um, I feel like I pull a lot of I'm gonna say like lyricality, like the way that I write my lyrics from
Mhm.
like people like Lana Del Rey. I feel like the
Sure,
way that
sure.
she writes is beautiful. I think it's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
agreed.
Um, the sound wise, I've already said like Led Zeppelin, so I would say that Greta Van Fleet
Yeah,
kind
there you
of goes
go.
in with that. And then I've always been a big fan of the Driver era. I pull a
Okay.
lot from him as well.
Sweet. Okay. I totally hear that. Amazing. Liv, my last question for you here is basically for the person that is going to discover you from this interview, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them before they listen to your music for the first time?
Um, get ready to rock. Honestly, I feel like most of the things that I've put out or will be putting out are ones that you can jam to. You can jam late in your car. You can do it during the day. I feel like a lot of my more soulful songs or more songs full of feeling. I feel like a lot of people will relate to those as well. And I honestly just can't wait for people to hear what I've got in store. Like, I am so excited for the
There you
future.
go.
I'm so excited for this
I'm
EP.
excited for the future because I really like the song and I like just your overall sound as well. And it's got a lot of, I don't even know how to put it. It's got a lot of promise for the future. Like you can take it a lot of directions and it's still got you at the heart of it. And like you're the soul of the music. And that's what it's all about. Liv, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I cannot tell you like how important it is for the person on the other side of the screen to be lively in an interview, which makes the interview so much better.
Of course.
Not calling any other past interviews out. I'm just saying thank you for being a great interviewee. So
Well, thank you for being a great interviewer.
happy to hear it. Let me please plug your music for you one more time here. If you guys missed it the first time around, the song is called Hard to Love. We will have the links in our articles that you can listen and share and follow along. And obviously, stay tuned for more because there's so much more on the way. And yeah, sincerely, thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And I hope your clients' hair turn out great.
Thank you.
And I hope to speak again soon.
No, I do too. Thank you so much. I really
You're
appreciate it.
very welcome. Awesome. All right. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye
Bye.
bye.